What's up guys, TheMainManSWE, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. And before I start talking about Jin in Tekken 5 VR, I want to show you guys on a quick chart here measuring strength vertically what's happened to Jin during his lifespan from Tekken 4 to Tekken 7. In Tekken 4, you probably remember I told you guys he was godlike, and he really was, objectively. There was no stopping him, he was overpowered. And then from Tekken 4 to Tekken 5, he got a huge nerf to mid-low tier. I mean, he's really weak in Tekken 5, and in this game I'm gonna show you he's definitely quite a bit stronger, mid-tier, not mid-low. And then Tekken 6, he gets buffed again, slightly better, but still mid, I would say. And then Tag 2, he's buffed again, he's A-tier. And then Tekken 7, you know this, he's buffed again, S-tier. And deservedly so, he's a very difficult character. But here you can see the price he had to pay for being so strong in Tekken 4. And then it took this long climb to finally be where he deserves to be, in my opinion, a very strong character. And from Tekken 5 to Tekken 7, this is 12 years. 12 years. Imagine Jin mains, you know, and a lot of people dropped him during this long time. But Jin mains they've waited a lifetime to have their character be at a power level where he should be. But yeah, he had to pay for the original sin, Tekken 4 Jin. Yeah, I hope you Jin mains enjoyed your overpowered character in Tekken 4, because he had to pay the price, and it had to take a while for him to get back to proper strength again. But so today I'm gonna talk a little bit about Tekken 5 DR Jin. He's better than Tekken 5 Jin, who was pretty much rubbish. So what did he get in this game? Well, this was the first game with this standing 4 here, you see, and it was 18 frames in speed, which is pretty good. And even on normal hit, you know, it gave you something. You know, on counter hit in Tekken 7, I mean, it launches now. It didn't do that in Season 1 though of Tekken 7. But here, it gives a stun. And it gives the same stun on counter hit. And this is a big deal. You get forward, forward 4 into down 4. Very solid damage. The hitbox was a bit iffy, I remember. It could whiff quite randomly. But when it did hit, it was great. And actually on guard, it's +6. Not a bad pressure tool, right? Not bad at all. But of course, it's a high. But a very nice addition to Jin in DR. And he needed more tools for sure. And then we had, you know, the down 2 on knockdown opponents. This was the first game he got that, DR. And it did a big chunk of damage, still does. A very welcome addition to Jin. And he also got Zen Free, you know, this jump kick, which is also a pretty decent pressure tool. You got a lot of tools, you know, that give very solid advantage on block. But just like the standing 4, it's a high. So people could duck this. But if it did hit, it gave a knockdown into, you could do forward 4-2 or forward 4. But people could backroll this. Okay, so the AI in practice mode can't do this, it seems, but that knockdown is backrollable. So nothing was guaranteed, but still it was a very decent move. And he got in Tekken 5, you remember the video I did, he had this move, back 1-1. And here he finally got the extension, natural combo, the second hit, just like today, is very delayable. A really good string, and great range on the second hit. So, I mean, definitely nice buff so far on Jin. And interestingly, this sweep that is absurdly slow and gives this, the 4-free flip in Tekken 5, here you can actually get a proper juggle finally. You do while standing 2-2, down back 2-2-3. So that's pretty nice actually, and the move doesn't stagger on block, which is interesting. So this big sweep here is only -12, so you won't eat a huge punish. But that might sound to you like, wow, that's a golden move. Well, do you know how slow this sweep is? It's 35 frames. 35 frames. Just to give you a comparison, Brian's Snake Edge in Tekken 7 is 29. This is 6 frames slower. So yeah, it wasn't very easy hitting people with this. So Jins would use it, you know, as a crushing tool, a counter, you know, if people rushed them. Oh, let's hope for a crush, you know, and a sweep, and maybe get a juggle. But only -12, so that's very interesting. Obviously, it can be low parried easily because it's so slow. And that would give Heihachi a full launch. You've seen DR Heihachi, hopefully, in my video. And this is actually really cool. I'm gonna show the parry he got. Let's see. Preferably, I'll find... oh, shit. It's already selected, perhaps. Down 1, 2. Oh, it already is. This parry here. I fucked it up. And it's almost impossible to fuck up. The parry window is so huge. Yeah, this gave a full launcher. And it's super easy to do. You could do this in between hits rather easily. So this is back 1, the 2 option from back 1. And of course, you get a juggle. This was a huge buff to Jin. Oh god, I buffed it. But you see how big the parry window is? Why isn't it combo? Okay. Huge window. Oh no, I wasn't doing the 2. Huge window. It's so easy to land. Okay, except for the combo, I guess. But there should be no problem doing that combo. I mean, this is the staple. Okay, except when main man tries to do staples, when he's recording for YouTube, nothing works. It never does. And then I wanted, actually, I forgot to mention this in my Tekken 5 video for Jin, but he still has the tool here, so might as well mention it. His down forward 3 was quite different here. On normal hit, it looks like I'm getting a huge advantage. You see the huge stun there on Heihachi. But I'm -3 here, so Heihachi actually recovers faster. On counter hit, it gives a stun, and here it only does 12. But here you can actually get a free down 3-4. Isn't that pretty interesting? It's pretty cool. So again, you might think, wow, that's a pretty solid tool. But unfortunately, on block, this move is -16 with no pushback. Yeah, that's electric in the face. An easy electric. And everyone launches you. So unfortunately, what could have been a very interesting tool is pretty much useless, I would say. Unless there's a very specific matchup where it works. And down 3-4 on its own, the can-cans were slowed down like hell. If this move on block in this game, I mean, it's hard to see how slow he recovers, but it was very obvious in combos. In Tekken 5, you know, you do down 3-4 into laser cannon or electric wind hook fist into jab. But here, it's so slow that you can only get a jab afterwards. He just recovers so slowly. Let me show you if I do a laser cannon. I'm doing it as quickly as possible, but it just won't connect. So the combo turned into this. Wow, that's a staple juggle, and it didn't work. I'm recording for YouTube. It's not hard, seriously. So this move actually I mean, you use this as a punish, but if you would fuck this up in Tekken 5 DR, here I'm minus like over 30. I think you're like minus 33 or something. They can pretty much unblockable you at that point. It's so ridiculously slow on recovery. So that was a nerf, and then another big nerf. I don't know why he got nerfed, because he needed the buffs, and even with these buffs, you know, he's mid-tier. He's nowhere near, you know, Kazuya or Devil Jin and Heihachi, who are just on a complete different level to everyone else. 2-4 was nerfed. Tekken 5, Tekken 4, this gives a knockdown where you can get a guaranteed down 4. Here, of course, you get nothing. It's like today. the modern version of 2-4. And why was he still mid-tier even after these buffs? Multiple reasons. His combos were kind of shit. But most importantly, he still just lacked a decent low poke. Down back 4 was still -3 on hit and -14 on block. Down 4 was still -15 on block. Unfortunately, this was still not the Jin you know today, but absolutely he got buffed and was much more fun to play, mostly thanks to this parry, I think. And the standing 4. So I hope this gave you some insight into Tekken 5 DR Jin, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a nice day.